Great day, great day. Y'all come on in here. It is an amazing day, and I am under the weather, but at the end of the day, I decided to arrive. Yes, I arrived, and I'm excited that you all are arriving as well. Go ahead and you want to go ahead and spread the word where you see the topic 5 disbeliefs holding you back, yes, from your growth. Welcome on in. Well, let's go ahead and get started. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Super excited that you have taken the time out of your day to be part of the Breaking Boundaries, yes, live broadcast. So, really excited that you are taking the time to be in company with me, and do not be afraid to grab a peer, grab a friend, your neighbor, because it really matters to me that you pay close attention with what I'm about to disperse out here into the cosmo and virtual reality that we are living in here. Yes, how do you combat these lies and disbeliefs that you've been maybe conditioning yourself to for so many maybe days, weeks, months, and even perhaps maybe your whole life? And subconsciously or consciously, you're just not sure whether or not if it's serving you. So let's talk about that. How to overcome 5 disbeliefs, yes, holding you back from your not only just your personal, but also your professional growth. How many of you all, let me know by sharing some of the comments in the retreat section. That's what I like to call it. That is your retreat area. Do you feel stuck? For example, in your career, your business, you seem that it's basically hindering by invisible barriers for success. How many of y'all can definitely agree that there's some sort of limitation? As much as you may go back in getting higher education, as much as you are finding yourself sharpening your skills, really staying after hours at work or in your business, rolling up your sleeves on the weekend, but somehow you don't see the needle moving forward. Are you also longing for personal growth, but find yourself constantly held back? Let me know that I am not just having this conversation by myself. If this is you, you're definitely here in the right place. For those who are coming in and you're wondering who I am Ruth Mac. I am here to help breaking some of these boundaries that you may have perhaps maybe did not even put on yourself. Number two, how to be able to remove them so you can create new rules and rewrite rules that's going to better serve you. So I'm really excited. Let's talk about it. It's time to break free from disbeliefs. Yes. It's time to not only break free from these disbeliefs, is what do you do that's going to help you move from being stagnant and embrace the abundant life that was promised to you, and not just physically, but spiritually as well. Let's talk about some biblical scriptures here, because I'm going to align it so you can grow and see yourself growing, not just in the natural, but also in the supernatural, your spirit realm as well. So, number one, let me know if you're ready. Who are you all maybe here? Well, I'm not worthy. I'm not good enough. I'm not qualified. Whereas Romans 3:23, which is actually one of the really great scriptures that I find to be so compelling. I want you to really take the note on this. But before we go there, you've been maybe perhaps eyeing this promotion, right? Online, maybe you're following this big four company or maybe a startup company, and you're like, geez, they're now launched, they're ready to move. But somehow self-doubt whispers. Yes. How many of y'all are experiencing a whisper of doubt that you're not good enough? Well, I'm here to tell you, my friend, it stops today. I want you to reflect on Romans 3:23, which reminds me, and I wanted to remind you as well, that all have sinned and all fall short to the glory of God. But it doesn't end there. Lack of mentality where I never have enough. I want you to start moving the feeling of stress where you constantly may be thinking about your finances despite of having a stable income. Yes, but you want more. You want to see yourself growing where you're thinking, well, maybe Ruth, I need to go back and maybe go get a PhD, or perhaps maybe get a master's, or even go back and just get a bachelor's altogether. I don't want you to think that this is what was aligned for you for your destiny. Philippians 4:19. I think this is going to drive you home. I want you to know. And my God, yes, not only my God, but I can share it with you as well. And my God will supply every single of your needs. Yes, according to his riches, yes, in glory in Christ Jesus. I want you to be able to increase and elevate how you may be conditioning yourself for the past maybe few weeks, maybe few months, maybe it's been few years. And I want you to give yourself the opportunity to just unbreak, to go ahead and unleash yourself, unlock whatever padlock somebody thought they had on you. Guess what? It's time to remove it. It's time to give yourself the grace of knowing I am more than enough. In fact, you're enough for now. Let's put it that way. Whatever you have, whatever you're containing as far as your arsenal of tools and experience. In fact, I love the fact that I was listening to a podcast, and I have it written here, where it says, this is what I took from it. You can go ahead and take this quote. Money loves time. However, time doesn't love money. Guess why? Because it's there for it to be made. But however, time is limited, whereas money can be made as much as you want it to be. There's really no cap into that. It really is no cap. But somehow a lot of us are putting a cap because we're thinking we're not enough. Because, if I accept that raise, I don't know if I'm going to be equipped around my skill sets, versus you can do anything that you put yourself into that you can overcome if you believe it to be true. Let's take some actions. I want you to embrace failure as a learning opportunity. Yes, set realistic goals and seek mentorship and coaching. Let's talk about number 2, the fear of failure. How many of you all know that to be true and think on this upbringing? Many of y'all may have this upbringing. I'm going to speak to myself, whereas fear of failure, I'm not good enough to succeed, because it tied in with the money conditions. Money is the root of all evil. And that, I got to tell you, my friend, is not the case. Embrace God's grace and remind yourself that your worthiness comes from him. Step boldly into opportunities, knowing you are equipped by what? His grace. And I know in 1 Timothy 6:10, it talks about money is the root of all evil. I want you to basically think of this. You hesitate to pursue financial success, fearing, yes, it will corrupt your soul. I want to go ahead and give you a challenge. Consider 1 Timothy 6:10, my friend, which warns that the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil, not money itself. Let me repeat that again. It basically gives you a warning or a heads up. I'm giving you a heads up. My brother Timothy, Saint Timothy, was giving you a heads up, and myself a heads up, to know that go ahead and pursue your financial goals. Go ahead and pursue that you want to go ahead and uncap this money that you're looking to walk into. Yes, which you want to know to be true, that it wants to warn you that love of money is a root of all kinds of evil, not the money making opportunity itself. Obviously, the moral comes with it, ethical comes with it, and also the growth of you spiritually and also physically. How many of you all are finding this to be very massively helpful? Let me know in the retreats, in the comment area, that you are definitely taking in what I'm bringing out here to you all, because it matters to me that you want to disrupt this whole life algorithm somehow that has you stuck, or maybe feeling stuck, but you want to keep moving. And I tell you what, you can't keep moving. As long as you have breath, you can blow out breath from your lungs. Guess what? You can still move as long as time is still in alignment with you. And I gotta be honest with you, we all have an expiration date. I die from self every day because I know I'm dying. Not just physically dying, but I die from self spiritually, because I want to continue to grow. I want to continue to strive. I am a mom of 5. 3 are my kids and 2 beautiful daughters who are my bonus kids. And I want to be a legacy to them. I want to leave a legacy to them. I want to become who God has called me to be. Don't you? Don't you want to be called bigger? Don't you want to be recognized as truth? Do you want to start attracting and being able to position yourself as that top authority or that role model to your children or to your community at large? But you got to do this. You got to know that. Number three, you got to know to remove this right here. I must go at it alone. First of all, Adam did not even come into this world alone. Although he had a garden of, oh my gosh, exponentially, abundantly with other creepy, crawly things, which I'm not a fan of. And God found it to be true that he gave him a helpmate in his image and his likeness. So some of y'all thinking you need to combat life, work, your finances, even learning and growing by yourself. Ecclesiastic 4:9-10 said it best for me. And I want you to be able to know that you believe success is a solitary journey and hesitate to seek support. I want you to definitely reflect on what I just shared with you as far as Ecclesiastic 4:9-10, which emphasize the value of companionship and teamwork. Many of you all are striving and looking for an appetite to grow within your team, to grow maybe within your company. You want to take this. This is an action step that I want you to take heed in. Let me know if you all are definitely connecting the dots with what I'm projecting out here for you, because it matters to me that you see this to be a progress and not a detour. Cultivate a network of mentors. I don't care if it's colleagues and friends who can support, yes, who can support and encourage you on your journey, basically holding you accountable, basically keeping you intact and in alignment with yourself. Yes, because a community is so viable in this time and all time for that matter. And you want to ask yourself, am I putting myself in the right circle of people? I want you to remember you don't have to combat this alone. You don't ever have to go through life and go through your trials and tribulations alone, especially if you're looking to grow, because these are what I'm sharing with you. These are limitations that's holding you back. These are limitations that you're not going to see what God has in store for you, because for whatever reason, you're finding yourself in this, what I call this back and forth rocking motion with you, which is not to put you to sleep. You wanted to release that so you can get up, get awakening, get revived, go ahead and hit the restart button, because now is the time that you take those top 3 beliefs. If you missed it, you may want to go back and hit the replay. I'm telling you, my friend, these are things that helped catapult and help me see my truth and help me as I was going through my sabbatical last year of self-discovery. And you're wondering, well, Ruth, I thought you know yourself. You're over 40 now. You should know yourself. No, I could be over 56 and I'm still going to want to fine tune and die from self every day and really align myself with whose I am. Not who my parents called me to be, which is Ruth. It's who I am and whose I am in the natural, supernatural way of conveying this message to you. 4, I am bound by past mistakes. Oh my gosh. How many of you all are holding your past? Well, your past is holding you from progressing. Oh, I didn't finish college because I became a single mom. I'm just giving this as a scenario, because I was a single mom and I stopped going to college and then went right back in shortly after, as a matter of fact, because it mattered to me. Now, do you think that maybe because you didn't do it the way I did it, that's a deficit? That's a holdback for you, because now you're conditioning your mindset to say, well, I didn't finish school like you did, Ruth. So I think that's a mistake of mine. Or I didn't get to make 6 figures this year. Oh, because of myself. Oh my gosh, because of my past mistake on maybe being a bully at school, perhaps, and maybe grabbing the child's, I don't know, money or whatever the case may be. And it's somehow maybe taking this as to be humorous, but it's not. If that is you, my friend, that you're finding your past, your upbringing is subconsciously rooted so deeply in you that you don't even know, because it's shamefully putting you in a position to where you're not growing, to where you're not finding yourself promoting yourself, whether in your business, whether it be in your team, to see you as that top authority, that leader who has that empathy heart, who has the decency to care and want to watch them strive and grow versus just looking at numbers daily. And I even talked about that in the last episode. If you have not seen it, you may want to go back and catch that as well. Finally, I want to share this with you because sometimes we seem to forget. I want you to meditate on Philippians 3:13 through 14. It helps encourage me to not forget what is behind and press. Actually, it encouraged me to forget. Some of us tend to not want to forget, but I really want to encourage you to let it go. Let it go because it's not serving you. I'm letting it go because I know for a fact it wasn't serving me. So whatever's behind, let it stay behind. Let's make that a goal today to challenge you. Release any burdens of past mistakes, my friend, and embrace new day as a fresh opportunity for growth, as a fresh opportunity to release any redemption and learn from the past. Actually, I'm not saying to ignore it, but learn from it. Learn from your past mistakes, but don't let them define your future. Your mistakes does not define who you are and whose you are. Yes, we needed it in order for it to build us and become who we're called to become in this very moment, in this very season. How many of y'all are ready to take action? Finally, I want to leave you with number 5. I want you to really drive this with me because I want this journey to be at ease and as peaceful as we can. Yes, there's going to be some bumps in the road as we're going through this journey of life, but I want you to challenge yourself. I am limited by circumstances. How many of y'all can attest to this? Well, I know based on my environment or based on my community and my neighborhood where I've been brought up into, or I'm in this job and I don't want to leave it because I'm limited. If I step out of this job or if I step out of what I'm working on, I may have to go back to school, or I may have to get a certification, or I may have to sacrifice not being working remote to be with my family. Who says that? What fallacy or what world is creating these stories for you? How truthful is it? Oftentimes we create these scenarios in our mind and it has no truth. But I want to challenge you, my friend, today. External circumstances seem unsurmountable, leaving you, guess what, feeling powerless. But guess what? I want you to remember this. Philippians 4:13, which declares that through Christ, we can do all things. I can do all things. Even doing it while I'm afraid. I'm just doing it and I'm going to learn from my mistakes. Just doing it. Moving. Because work the work. Because the work. Work the work. Because the work. It works with you. It can either work on you. It can even work for you. But most importantly, you do not want the work to work against you. So use it in its full capacity. Believe in yourself. Take these limitations out of you today by declaring this. I want you to anchor yourself in the truth that you are more than enough, that your potential is limitlessly with God. As long as I have God on my back, listen, He's even on my side and even also in front of me because He orders my steps. Who's ordering your steps? Who's putting these fears inside of you? I want to leave this with you all. As I shared with you these 5 steps, and I know that we talked about these 5 disbeliefs, I shared it with you, and I wanted you to really laser super zone into this and even maybe write some notes down or whatever you do to retain the information about I am not worthy, how I walked you through on some spiritual ways in this journey that you can release yourself from that. We talked about money is the root of all evil, and how it's really defined and how people are taking that scripture and basically conveying it and educating folks on the literacy of it. And now they're illiterate when it comes to their money management because of that. And then I talked about I must go with it alone. You don't have to go through nothing alone. We, in fact, live in an earth of over 8 billion human beings. And you mean to tell me that you're not able or capable to promoting yourself? You're not able or capable of getting yourself that growth, that push that you need in your personal life? You have all access. We're all connected in some shape or form. And then I talked about number 4. I am bound. This one's really irks me. I am bound by my past mistakes. No, your past mistakes are stepping stools, not setbacks. Let me know if this is super helpful for everyone, because it matters to me that you see yourself in a different set of lens. You put on a different set of lens to see, magnify your background and see what's in front of you. Oftentimes, God put the evidence and He put the clues right in front of us. The question is, how many times are you going to keep missing it? How many times you're going to let it surpass and pass you by so you can continue to slumber? I don't no longer want you to feel powerless, which is 5. I am limited by my circumstances. No, you're not. No, you're not, because you can do all things. You can do all things through Christ. We can do all things. Yes, yes. I love it. So in conclusion, I want you to be positioning yourself and start identifying and these challenges and these disbeliefs, these limited beliefs. And also, I challenge you to go back and study. I'm a huge reader these days. Yes, Audible is my bestie. I listen to it. I read it. I not only just read it, I actually put sticky notes and I highlight and I study it. I promise you, do a lot more reading and writing. Journaling is something that I've been doing since my adolescence years. I can't remember back. I think I started around 17 years old. Actually, younger than that. I think I started back in 10 because my dad was huge on us doing our basically curriculum activities was math and English, math, reading, and writing, in other words, because I grew up with 2 immigrant family members, my parents, and their goal is they wanted us to master math and reading, basically how to maybe handle money, how to be able to subtract, divide, and multiply. And listen, I'm still on that journey, my friend, and I want to take you with me so we can strive, so we can grow. Embrace your worthiness. Yes. Redefine your relationship with money. Seek support. Seek support, release past mistakes, and conquer circumstances with faith. How many of you is going to put faith in the driver's side of the vehicle? I mean, honestly, we do that every day. And if you're not intentionally realizing that you are here because of faith, you are here because of truth. Now, the question you want to ask yourself is, how long are you going to give these limits, beliefs to take control of, or are you going to give yourself permission to release it? Your journey starts now. Let's start growing, my friends. I love it. I love it. Thank you all for showing up. Thank you all for believing in yourself. Until next time.